Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to No, that's not correct. Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stonehearth with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to our little pond section. So, a lot of you have been a little bit triggered about the fact that one of these squares was a little bit out in comparison to the other two. Of course, the reason was, originally when we were building it, we were going off of these points, but then that kind of got lost as we continued to build. So what we're going to do is rebuild it here in the middle, so everyone's nice and happy, honestly including myself. Now I think it's a 9 by 9, is that correct? 9 by 9, yes, okay, so where do we put this then? If we put this here, 7 there, and then 7 there, it would then go here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Then the gap goes there. Okay, so it should be here. Like so, right? Put it there for now. And yeah, that's hitting that. Oops, Daisy. Let's go back to build mode for a second. And then over here goes over here like this as well. I'm really bad with spaces and spatial awareness and stuff like that, so I always have to check so many times, because the amount of times I have to rebuild things because it's one block off and I've simply not noticed is a little bit scary. Okay, so build that for me, thank you very much, and then we'll put down our fountain once again. Now, as for over here, we have the next sweatshop all up and built, except for we are currently missing a single one of the little spinning wheels, which we now have, so that can go there. Let's make sure these chests are set correctly. Yes, they are. And so we now have space for 4 more tailors. And in the top we also have more beds again, so loads of bedding, loads of places for them to work. So that's pretty fantastic. We should get a lot of new people in today's episode. It will be amazing if we don't. We're getting loads of silkweed, we have loads of weavers all currently working. Everything is going according to plan. Okay, now let's place down our fountain again. Now, which way should this fountain go? You're facing that way, you're facing that way, so I can't face the middle, sadly, so I think it would look better this way because of our camera angle. Okay, that's fine. And then we put down the lights once again. And then the floating flowers. Of course, these are meant to go on the windowsills, but it would be nice if I didn't just float if you put them on something. But it looks nice enough. It doesn't look particularly bad. There we are. And everything is as it should be, and everyone should be fairly happy. Okay, so what do we do next? Well, we do need to name our new person. Was it just 1 or was it 2? Seems like it was 2 new people who don't have the little star next to their name, so let's have a quick look-see at the comments. Okay, this is one of the worst names I've seen in a while, yet it's absolutely fantastic. It's Mr. T with the T upside down. Now that, I believe, is a falsum. It's used in several equations over on, you know, the math and physics of the world. But for all intents and purposes, it's Mr. Upside Down T. Okay, another pretty smart, pretty funny name. So as you can see with this fellow, his last name is inverse. So there we are. We've done what his name suggested, and I have no idea how I'm going to say that. Esrevni Dunur. Yes, that's a good name. That's a name which you can be proud of and no one will ever be able to pronounce correctly. And then you'll get very annoyed when it's not pronounced correctly. Poor person. Daily update, we do have a new person. Of course, we are making a load of net worth at the moment, so that's not too surprising. Who is our new fellow? I don't really care about the trader. Hello there. What are you good at? Oh, wow. 5 spirit, 5 mind. You can either become a very quickly effective tailor, or weaver, or you could become a cleric. But do I really need more clerics? I already have 2. If I have 3 clerics, this group becomes immortal. It really is as powerful as that. So, I don't know. For now, you can just be a worker. We had a lack of those last time. Until I eventually turn Bolin into a cleric. Which I think I can do now. All I'm really waiting for is... No, he's actually apprentice. I thought he was level 2. I am completely mistaken. A stray goblin wolf has been put down. That was fairly quick. Does the herbalist have nothing to do at the moment? Oh, that's why. We're asking him to make things he simply can't make. Okay, make me ridiculous amounts of health potions. Then, when you're level 2, you will become a cleric, and then everyone will be happy. Also, I need to manually remove this scaffolding. The problem is, this was being built just before the patch hit, and now the patch has hit, scaffolding and I believe ladders no longer cost wood, at least when it comes to building new actual buildings, so a little bit annoying, but apparently it's left it because of that issue, so we'll have to delete that manually using the console command, which I'm never overly happy to do. Now, whilst everyone is busy, I think the next thing we should get doing is building a small area here, a small building for our halflings to eat. Since all of our workers are here, they can sleep, they can work, they can collect resources, but there's nowhere nearby to eat. And of course, there is food currently available in the granary. So why don't we build it here, next to the granary? That makes complete sense. Okay, let's move these just out of the way for now. We will hopefully remember to put these somewhere else later, and let's build ourselves a tiny little dining hall. Like the 3rd time building a dining hall, admittedly, but we're going to build this one pretty small. It's going to be a cafe, whereas these 2 are going to be the main eating places for people who work over here, which is actually very little at this stage. Okay, I'm fairly happy with this. So we have a nice little private dining area over here, we have the outer dining area over here, we have a small little chef section, we have a tapestry, and it's nicely multi-tiered. We can also add stuff to it later fairly easily. Now, most likely the roofing is not going to work. Well, apparently we can add a roof here and nowhere else, so we are going to have to do that manually, which shouldn't be too much of an issue, and honestly might be for the best anyway, since we're so close to the neighbouring building. There we are, the last flower can now be placed, now that everything else has been, and I've decided we're going to start this building, but we're not going to build the roof until everything else has been added. That way, there's a much lower chance of the halflings simply getting stuck, and then all of those sorts of issues arising. Now for this, because we don't really have much use for this building, this was originally going to be an inn and somewhere to eat, I may convert this into some kind of mini farm, or perhaps a mini shepherd's plot. What I could do is remove this section here, extend it along here, and then add animals here. That way, we wouldn't have to have all of our animals stuck up here, which of course is a pretty good building location, and we're just using it for chickens and sheep. Maybe. Maybe. But first, build that. We do have enough fibre, right? That is going down, actually, so maybe we should also add some more weed fields. As soon we are going to add some more weavers as well, so that's definitely not a bad idea. Having too much weed is never a bad thing. The more I look at this crafting building, the one given to us by the upgrade to our faction, the more I think I may just copy it. I know it's a little bit boring, but it's just such a nice building, and it does work perfectly for the craftsman's terrace. So we could copy this a couple of times and simply swap out the sign here, so then we have a carpenter area, a blacksmith, a potter, and that might be it. Do I need anything else? Oh, and of course a mason. So mason, potter, blacksmith, carpenter. Okay, so 4 of them. I think that's what I'm going to do. I know it's a bit boring, I understand completely, and I'm sorry for those who wanted me to build my own thing, but this just works too well. I will continue to build my own buildings over here, but this is just far easier, and it makes more sense. So, not custom, it's up here. The blacksmith house, is it? Yes, it is. Let's put that next to it. Make sure it's lined up, which I think it is. I would have ended up being very, very inspired by it anyway, so it's not like I'm particularly changing all that much. Okay, and then, as always, let's change over the roof to red. Oh, are these slabs? They might be. How did I convert that so easily last time? I really can't remember. It's been a bit of a while. Okay, well that's easy. You can change, and you can change as well to our wooden aesthetic. You can stay the same on the side, but how did I change all of these? Oh, it's just a matter of actually selecting them first. Okay then. There we are, so finished editing, and let's remove this. There we are. No, let me place it first, then remove it. And we can add the carpenter or whatever we want to later. Okay, so you finished editing, build, and then I'm going to pause you afterwards. And then I'll put down 2 more, and then that will be our little craftsman's terrace. A little bit samey, but I think it will work having that kind of style, making them all the exact same, because it is meant to be the craftsman section. The calf, or at least the part of the calf we allowed to be built, is now completed, and so I've allowed this to now start being built as well. So what should we do to make this look a little bit better? I'm already pretty happy with it, so we don't need to do too much. What I think would look good is perhaps some wooden struts on the outside going from the corners all the way up to the top. That way it looks like this section here is still being encased by something, and I think that's what we're going to go with. Hello Rufus, you are selling stone stuff. Not really stuff we need right now. The lag is also coming back quite badly. I'm not quite sure what's causing this. I will be having a look-see to see if there's any sections which are causing choke points, because this is exactly what happened in a previous season, so we'll need to be a little bit careful about that. Now, do I want the strut to build up like this, all the way along the outside, or do I want it so that it's more just on the edges, so not in the center? I don't really know just yet. A new day and a new person. A high body stat and a pretty decent mind and spirit. If you would like to name either of these new people, or any new people which are added as the video goes on, then please in the comment section make sure to leave your suggestion and the name of the person you would like to rename, because that's the only way I can easily find your suggestion. If you don't do that, I'm probably not going to find it. And now back to building. So what I've decided to do is add some flowers, add some lighting and everything else, and do the roof first. I was originally going to go ahead and add the struts, but then I realised I don't know how big I want to make them, or if I even want to make them. So for now, we're going to add this nice flat section to the roof, and then round it off once it's finished. Building in sections tends to be a little bit safer. Okay, the amount of lag now is getting really problematic, and I can't find the cause of it. I've restarted the game several times, but it doesn't seem to be helping. There's not that many items on the floor, and there's no clear paths, which are becoming problematic. I don't know what to do here. It may be very laggy right now, but that is adorable. Here are our halflings eating in the calf. That's just really cute. Tiny little calf, all these little flowers and everything. Everything you could possibly want from a nice, quaint little village. Also, there's a little squirrel. A little raccoon, in fact. That's a raccoon, not a squirrel. Whenever I restart the game, I get this lovely period of time where all the lag simply isn't there, but as time goes on, the lure continues to rise, which generally indicates it is a pathing issue. It's the halflings themselves causing the problem. Something isn't working right. They're trying to stack up a command, which is then causing the lag to increase and increase and increase. It normally takes around about 5 to 6 minutes to get to maximum lagginess, but I still have no idea what's causing it. Originally, I was actually of the thought that perhaps it was all of this over here, but that is completely unrelated, and they're not actually trying to get to it just yet. That's actually something similar to one of the previous campaigns. I had a large section which was just littered with items which were meant to be looted, but even once I manually removed them, it didn't help in the slightest, and that's the exact same as it is right now. Though honestly, it isn't really stacking up as much as it normally does. Maybe this reload has fixed the game. The joy of playing still in development games, I suppose. Ooh, I like those. Wooden garden lanterns in red! Can I make those myself, or do I have to purchase them? If I have to purchase them, I'm going to purchase them. Yeah, we can't make them. Yeah, sure, I'll buy all of them. I will pay for your red dyes, and you can buy my glorious tapestries. It's the circle of trade. And now the game has bugged out again. Upon trying to do some things with this ceiling, it just has completely broke. I can't edit this section, I can't remove it, I can't do anything, and the same is true for that little bit there. And for some reason, these have become separate buildings. Yeah. I think after this season I may have to leave it for a while, allow another patch to come out, because honestly patch 19 hasn't really added all that much to the game, and the bugs seem to be getting a little bit more prevalent again. I'm not sure why, but I would say 19 is significantly worse than 18 in terms of just general playability. The lag is now coming back, even though we only have 32 people, and it just isn't looking all that good right now. So with that in mind, for now, I think I'm going to call this the box calf, because I can't currently work on the ceiling. I've just reloaded the game 3 times, and, well, unless I want to go back like half an hour because I'm a bit of a dum-dum, I have to just not be able to edit that roof. It's as simple as that, and it's really annoying and really sad to say. I've just realised they haven't put in the doors. At all, like, even on the inside. Oh no, they've put the door on the inside, but not on the outside. Why haven't you placed the doors? Can I manually place one? Okay. Please, place these doors. So I will be taking suggestions for other games similar to Stonehearth. I almost slipped up there after this series is finished. Because I do adore this type of game, but I feel like after playing one of them for too long, you notice every little problem, especially when they're in development, and boy am I noticing the problems with Stonehearth at the moment, and it is starting to wear at me and just sap my enjoyment. I can't play a game and record it if I'm not enjoying my time, and up until halfway through this recording, I was really happy. And now I'm not, just not in the slightest. Also, it's not letting me place that there. Oh dear. Okay, I'm afraid I am going to call the episode there. The problems which are mounting up now are becoming a real issue with this recording. I'm not having fun, as you can tell, and it's going to just make everything a little bit worse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off, I'm going to try to fix all the problems, I'm going to look up online any issues with Alpha 19, and hopefully fix them, just like I've done in previous seasons. But right now, I simply can't continue. But regardless of that, if you would like to name the characters, once again, please put your suggestions in the comments below, and I really do hope you've enjoyed the video, even with me being a little bit of a downer. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stonehearth and games like Stonehearth are series you wish to see continued in the future. We will get to 50 people. We will complete the season. This is my oath.